Welcome to Grand Tactician Civil War. This is our Union campaign. You join us in June 1862. It's the height of the campaigning season for 1862. We've had a lot of battles going on. We've just had a huge battle here in Virginia where Patterson sent Beauregard packing despite being outnumbered. Before I start today's episode, I wanted to have a little look through what's going on, taking stock of things. Where's this going to go? What's the plan for finishing the war? Well, the plan is, of course, to defeat the enemy. Anyway, let's have a quick look here. So I thought this was quite interesting, actually. As I was hovering over here, North Carolina, we've got 25% support there. That's surprising. Virginia is 25% as well. 6% down there in South Carolina. I would expect nothing less. 35% in Tennessee. 71% support in Kentucky, which, you know, pretty good. Missouri, 77%. But let's have a quick look at this, actually. So we can see the kind of the shift in support. Like, so look how weak Confederate support is in Virginia. So that's obviously that's below. Maybe it's 75%. I don't know if it works on aggregates. Do 25% support us and then 75 them? I suppose that would make sense, yeah. And that kind of correlates to these, to the lightness of the red. But anyway, so like Missouri, pretty solid. Kentucky, solid enough. Virginia, not too bad. The rest of the place, all obviously pretty damn good, actually. All in the either high 80s or over 80 and into the 90s. As you would probably expect from a lot of these places. Yeah, so let's have a look at the front lines. So, yeah, we have... You'll notice we've got quite a big chunk here, kind of along the... Is it the Roanoke River? Let's just have a quick look. Oh, I don't know. I think it's the Roanoke River. Anyway, we've got a bit of support along here, kind of into North Carolina, this southern section of Virginia, where we've marched on Petersburg. We've actually we came in here. We came by sea, crossed the sea, took Fort Norfolk. We came across by sea. We took Fort Norfolk and the town of Norfolk, which gave us control of these areas around here, including Port Elizabeth, and we then pushed on towards Petersburg. Jeez, I'll get there eventually. But that's actually caused the Hampton Division, which is usually under Magruder, I guess it probably still is, with 24,000 men to come and march on us, where we've actually taken the place now, Petersburg. So we're sitting here with Steedman, who has just under 19,000 men with 36 guns available, and I suspect this is where the battle's going to take place in this episode, or certainly one of the battles. We may have more than one. However, it won't be easy. 24,000 Confederates coming at us. Technically this is blue, but like it's a Confederate state, so we'll have a morale penalty. We're on 80% supplies as well, even though we have captured this depot somehow. But I don't know if we're drawing from it. Actually, it's quite full as well. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly, but we've just taken Petersburg, so hard to say. There's actually a depot here as well, Burkeville, which is also very full. So I'm kind of tempted to actually burn those down, because I doubt they'll remain under our control long term. But we'll leave it for now. I mean, I'm going to bank on Steedman managing to win this battle, basically. His guys are not new. They were in good condition. I mean, training's poor. They're not veterans exactly, but they did fight this twice, actually, at Norfolk, because we got defeated the first time. They fought 2 battles at Norfolk, and then pushed up here to take Petersburg. We also marched in with the West Virginia Department under McClellan. We've pushed in here and we've taken Stanton, which has also given us control of Charlottesville. For some reason, after the battle here, the Valley Department under Patterson managed to kick their arse, basically, even though he was well outnumbered, but they've retreated northwards. Yep, northwards, of course. And why not? Okay, so anyway, let's crack on with this. What else is going on? You can see we're starting to bring supply down the Mississippi. We're getting more blue areas where supply is traveling, and that's very much needed, because we are fighting a lot of battles here, especially in this western section of Tennessee and on this border with Mississippi and Alabama. You know, it's all going on. Nashville is still in Confederate hands. But we're going to try and do something about that. The problem we have are these damn forts. So we've got Fort Henry still there and Fort Donaldson. They're proving a real tough nut to crack. We have managed to take Fort Hyman, which we're waiting on the garrison to come in there. But we haven't managed to take the other 2 forts. It's been a real ball ache here. We're recruiting some men into the Central HQ under Halleck. We've got some engineering guys over here somewhere. Let's just see. It's quite hard to get them when there's a few here. They're now called the Mississippi Reserve. That was our engineering force. And these are the guys, I mean, they're building a fort for us at Memphis at the moment, which they're going to complete. These are the guys that are going to go and try and take these forts and Memphis. So some of these reinforcements coming into the Central HQ will go to Dix's force. I may replace Dix, however, because he is not a very good commander. What else is happening here? So we've pushed into Arkansas as well. Let's just get this front line view back on. We have the majority of Arkansas is actually under our control. We've taken Little Rock. That was taken by Nathan Lyon, who came down here past Batesville and took Little Rock from the Confederates. And he's now pushing on Fort Smith. But there is a force at Fort Smith. So I suspect there's going to be a battle as well as a siege. The Army of Arkansas. I mean, it says 0. Maybe they haven't formed yet. But there's going to be 15,000 men. Which, I mean, we've got the numbers on them, but I didn't really want to leave this Army of the West in the West. I want them to cross the Mississippi. I want them to help with the invasion of Mississippi and Louisiana. We've got the Arkansas Department under Fremont. He's only got 7,500 men, however. And we know there's a force here. They're constructing a depot and a fort right now. Or maybe there's a fort there, I'm not sure. But they're definitely constructing a depot. We also have the Missouri Department under Buell with about 6,000 men hanging out just here. No supplies, because, I mean, you can't possibly draw on the supply depot from Springfield if you're all the way down here, or from the supply depot at Fayetteville or Carrollton, because, you know, that would just be impossible to get supplies to these guys. But anyway, that's a whole other story. A very annoying story. But he's got no supply anyway. So what we're going to have to do is either build a depot here, which is ridiculous, or move him further down, which I didn't really want to do. I wanted to keep him in Missouri, but we'll deal with that in a moment. Alright, so that's where we're at in terms of the overview. If you are new here, then why not go back and check out the earlier episodes of the series? This is now episode 13, so you've missed quite a bit of stuff going on. And if you like this kind of content, then, you know, we do have a lot of Grand Tactician content on this channel. But anyway, let's take a look here. We are running short on supply. It's always supply with me and my playthroughs. We're always short on supplies. It just never seems to come down here. Army of the Tennessee. Let's have a look. We've got a grand total of 12% artillery ammunition, and we're not connected to any depot, despite there being a depot right there. However, what's in that depot? Nothing. Well, no artillery ammunition. What do we do here? I don't know. The Army of the Mississippi under Grant has got ammunition. That's good. Holly Springs Depot, what's here? Nothing, no artillery ammunition. So it's like we're struggling to get the necessaries for war down here, basically. We are really struggling with that. Despite, we've got a decent line, a chain of supply depots, but it's just not working as well as it should be. And that is definitely causing us an issue. But, yeah, we'll just have to suck it up. We just have to deal with it, I suppose. So what's going on then? I'm going to press play, and I suspect we're going to go pretty much straight into a battle right here. What about the projects? What are we working on? What do we want? Okay, so I don't want to have any of these. Well, I do. I want all of these, but I'm not having any of them because we're short on money. I don't particularly want to order more weapons, although cast artillery is probably where I'm going to go next because I want some 12-pound Napoleons into my forces rather than those crappy 12-pounder howitzer smoothbores. But, you know, we'll see. But what I really want, actually, I'll show you. What we really want is... Where is it? Organization reform. I want to be able to make proper armies with proper corps, and that's going to help us out with coordinating things and stuff like that. So we're nearly there, look. So we need 4 million in funding. We've funded 3.1 million, so it's going to be close. We'll have it soon. Our military funding is still set high. Everything else is pretty low or non-existent. I And that's how we're going to keep it for now, because there's just no money. There's no money in our treasury, basically. We have jumped up here because we issued bonds, which, I mean, we were on BB minus, which is what the Confederacy's on right now. So they're struggling with their finances as well as us now. But I think this is enough waffling on from me. I've been talking a long time. I'm sure you're bored of my voice. So let's get going right after we've had a quick look at the overview. So national morale 91, 68 for him, 90 support, 75 for him. This is reflected that they've lost a lot of battles. 71 morale of our armies, 58 for his. 10 loyal states, 28. Men fielded. Now we're coming up for kind of 250,000. He's coming up for 200,000. Navy tonnage, they have more than us, which is absolutely ludicrous, really. Right, but that's just the way it is. Military experience, we're up on that. Battles 133 to his 5. Casualties, I mean, again, way up. 100,000 total. We've suffered about 25,000. European relations, his are low. Ours are non-existent. Trade warfare, we're kicking his arse. Economy, it's fairly even. We've got a slight advantage. So that's now definitely enough talking, and I'm going to press play. And I suspect we're going to go straight into a battle at Petersburg, which, you know, it's fine. Let's have a quick look at the army we've got here under Steedman. Like I say, it was like just 19,000. We've got Stevens' division, Tyler's division, and Morgan's artillery division, as well as 1 brigade of cav. So we haven't got much cavalry. We also have no cavalry weapons available to give out. We haven't unlocked that project yet. But yeah, so that's where we're going to be going. We're going to be going into a battle here because Magruder's coming down. I think it's Magruder anyway. It's usually Magruder. Guns, 20-pound Parrott, 10-pound Parrott, 10-pound Parrott. We've got no smooth bores attached, actually, which, yeah, I think we'll be okay with that. All rifle armed. Mississippi's for these guys under Morel. But, yeah, Springfield's all round, other than that one unit. Let's just get going. Let's get started. Yeah, and straight away I thought it would, and it is Magruder. So, 52 guns. We're slightly outgunned, we're slightly outmanned. It should be an interesting fight. Let's get straight to it. So, straight into a battle. I do like it when we go straight into a battle. Battle of Petersburg, Virginia, June the 22nd, 1862. We kind of have to win this one. I'm trying to pull back some of those Confederate forces that are facing Patterson and McDowell, because he has a lot of troops in Virginia. I mean, we have quite a lot of troops as well, but his are more concentrated than ours. Ours are kind of spread under Steedman here in the southern part. Then we've got another kind of 15,000 there in the western part under, what's he called? McClellan, of course. McClellan. I had to think for a second there. But yeah, anyway. It's a meeting engagement. The objective is right here. Not sure where we're coming in from. It looks like... Oh. Alright, well, yeah. That's okay. I suspect he's going to grab the objective, because I bet he comes in from here. And that means we're going to have to cross this creek and take him on, which could definitely be a problem. But then, what isn't? So I'll set these guys up real quick. We've got 5 engineering points as well, but we're not going to do any of that stuff. So, yeah, okay, I'm going to come out of HQ, and I'll do a quick setup, and then we'll get started. Alright, so that was short and sweet. We've got Stevens' division going to use this right-hand section, the right-hand paths and roads. Tyler's division is on his left side, and then we've got Morgan's guns just here. The Cavs up in the lead. We'll get them out with some scouts, and I suppose I'll send them up this way, but I doubt we'll get to the objective before the enemy does. The plan will be, if he takes the objective, we'll pin him in place with a division or both divisions maybe, and we'll send some guys around the flank, and we'll fight that way. Totopotomy Creek. Cool. Totopotomy Creek. Right. So, there's nothing for it. We'll just get started. Let's get Geary's carve out ready. Scouts out. Let's send them up. I don't want to send them up too far. We'll send them here, and not just the scouts. Come on. There we are. Let's send them up. And we'll get Stevens marching. Let's get him up to the crossroads there. Tyler's division. Get him up. We'll let them get moving first, and then we will move the guns under Morgan. Stevens hasn't gone yet, which is a little... Oh, there they go. Alright, so Morgan, let's move him up as well. Scouts all the way back there. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to slow it down a little. Question is, do we even want to hold this? I mean, it looks like pretty grim terrain. I would rather hold this hill here. However, it means you can just come over and grab the objective, which, you know, is not desirable. Alright, so we've taken Via, or Via, whatever way you want to say it. Not really seeing any indication of Magruder on the move. I think once we're in position here, we will move across and we'll just protect the objective. I mean, where's Magruder? Ah, there's some of his guns. Okay. Alright, so maybe we won't go across after all. Or maybe just a brigade across in case he starts moving across from over this way. Let's move Geary's guys a little closer and see if we can get a look at those Confederates. See which way they're coming. Then we'll also get like maybe an early warning if they are coming this way. So, yeah, I'm going to put Sturgis's brigade across the river. But let's slow this down. I'm going to detach Sturgis. And I'm going to send him over here just in case they come that way. That way we've got a brigade on this side of the river. Or, well, creek, whatever, you know. And that'll be handy to have them in place there, of course. Not sure with the rest of his forces, but I'm going to send some skirmishers out. We'll send them forward and have a little look. Hopefully cause them a bit of trouble. They are flashing. I'm not sure why. Just low morale, I guess. Who knows? Some of these guys have actually got regular training. That's pretty good. But poor for most of them. Oh, he's on the move. Alright. Looks like he's going to come over this way. I'm going to see if we can actually get some breastworks built. We may not. It looks like his whole force is over here actually, so that's going to be a bit of an issue for us. Alright, so maybe I need to pull these guys back. Yeah. Our skirmishers are moving slower than the artillery, but, you know, never mind. Yeah, his whole army's here actually. And these guys are doing nothing. The morale boys are not moving, they're not doing anything. That's just typical of the skirmishing guys once they're out. It happens quite often. Looks like they're actually pushing really on the skirmishers, so maybe it's time to pull them back. Have we caused any casualties? A handful. Hopefully they're artillery units. Yep, nice. Maybe we can draw these guys on. That would be even better. Nope, broken. Yeah, well, it was always going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to pull Shank's guys back. It's not really obeying the orders anyway, so I suppose they're quite distant from the parent unit. Morale's boys, get them back. Yeah, looks like Shank's guys are going to break as well. With, you know, that's to be expected. You know, maybe they've pulled out. Ah, broken. Oh well. All right. Well, we've tired out a lot of his infantry, which is handy. His guns are stuck at the back there. We're constructing some breastworks. I'm not sure if they'll get them done, but you know, we might as well try. And bring it on, Magruder. Let's see something good here. Pretty even casualties, quite low. 150 for him, 65 for us. All good. Here comes some cav. Let's go ahead and dismount our own cav. I mean, usually I use cavalry like, dragoons almost in the traditional sense. As in, they're going to fight dismounted the majority of the time. Just send some of the skirmishers across the creek here just to give a little support and fire. And we've got the skirmishers from the flanks out, just to cause problems and slow them down. Hill's brigade coming forward here. This is Stephen's first sort of field battle. Pushing everyone across here basically, so yeah. So we'll actually launch a bit of a counter-attack here. Knocking some fire into Canty's brigade, into the flanks there. Bowen coming up just behind them. Our guns have got a little bit of range here, so they are hitting something. Let's move these 20-pound parrots up. Flanking fire into Canty's brigade, obviously starting to cause him some trouble. But he is massing here for an attack, Magruder, so let's see what he does. He has got unsupported artillery on his left flank, which is always a mistake, of course. Morrell and his 6th Brigade have now also arrived on the flank. Firing in there with their Mississippi rifles, long range on those guys. So these guys are tired from marching from there to there. Crackers. Oh, Cooper is almost broken. He's pulling back. Let's get his guys in actually before they break. Oh, they're broken. Okay. We're giving fire into this Montague battalion. Confederates recruit battalions. We recruit batteries. It's the same thing though. I usually just refer to them as batteries, to be honest. 4th battery. 10-pounder Parrott rifles. Oh yes, nice. We sent Bowen packing. Let's continue to press with our little flank attack here. Excellent job from Abercrombie's skirmishers on the right flank. Sent that Montague battalion running. And now we've got Bagby Jr.'s battalion taking fire. Awesome job. Why is Cooper's whole brigade up here? Honestly. Get Abercrombie skirmishers back, run low on ammo and being attacked by whole brigades. Cooper is not moving. Just pull out of there, you idiot. Why did he go up there in the first place? Totally exposed and totally stupid. I know I get more annoyed than I should do, but it is pretty damn annoying when shit like that happens. I mean, it's bad enough if you tell them something stupid to do, but it's when they do it themselves, it's even worse. It's not that I haven't ever given stupid orders, which of course I have. Right, Cooper, thank you. PS is over the creek, give them fire as they advance. The strong attack down this left flank though. Well, his left, our right. Got morale skirmishers out and they're going to watch this flank and give some fire, hopefully, if they feel like obeying orders. Cobb marching straight into our rifle fire, excellent. I'm going to move Cooper over this side just to give a little support on our right flank. And I think we're okay to move Schenk across the creek as well. guns, pretty ineffective, to be honest. Oh, skirmishers broken in the centre. Sturge is still there with his skirmishers. Cobb's boys fighting hard here against Abercrombie. Right, time for Sturges and skirmishers to pull out. Real grim close range fire here against Cobb and Abercrombie. There's some of his cavalry coming forward. Pulling straight back out. I mean, that was stupid. I'm going to bring our dismounted cav in here. Actually, we're going to give some fire to B's brigade. Oh, Morel has got a Bones brigade on his flank. End of the day. Oh, really? Darn it. Right. Okay, so I want to pull Pierce back over the river just in case he redeploys and threatens our guns on this side. I suspect these parrots are not going to get a shot here at all. Other than that, I don't think I'm really going to move all that much. It was annoying there. It was the nice bit of fighting happening, but I suppose it happens. Morel's skirmishers, Morel's brigade, and then our cav just here. Yeah, let's just get started. Next day. Looks like he hasn't really done much either. Cohesion's broken. I mean, yeah. That happens. Let's take a quick look at the casualties at the start of day 2. Overwhelmingly, he's losing a lot of men. Alright, let's speed this up. We'll let Pierce reform and we'll send him up onto this flank. Actually, we'll send him up on the flank now. He's fine. I mean, he's fragmented, but he'll be okay. Our dismounted cavalry is in this fight against B's brigade, but probably that's a mistake. Well, it'll be okay, I think. Yeah, he's pulling back, he's pulling out. So we're going to pursue. So charging is not something I usually do, but I'm going to... Oh, well, actually, they're broken. I'm going to try it, see if we can capture some of these guys. I mean, probably not. Nah. Alright, they're retreating, so that wasn't... I think that was a pretty nicely fought defense. Let me know what you thought of the battle in the comments. Right, so mounted cavalry pursuit works really nicely. And it was a minor victory for us. 4,800 casualties for him. He's lost 55 guns. We lost 1. We lost less than 1,000 men, so that was gloriously done from the Department of Southern Virginia under Steedman. Another fab victory for us there. If you are a regular viewer of this channel, you might notice there's been slightly less content on here. I'm very busy in real life. We're in the process of selling our house and buying a new one. And that requires a lot of work, as well as obviously my usual day job work, which, you know, takes up time, sadly. But I hope that you're enjoying the series. I'm certainly enjoying playing it. And I've said it a few times, but actually I think playing the Union is tougher than playing the Confederacy. Much harder. You're attacking. It's much harder. I'm finding it a lot harder anyway. I mean, if you've played both sides, let me know what you thought of it, what you think of it. Do you think playing Confederacy is easier, or have I got it all wrong? Anyway, Hampton Division is fleeing in panic. We lost 840 men, 108 killed, 179 missing. We captured nobody in that battle, which is, yeah, not realistic, but we do have an overcrowded prison camp. We've only got one. I'm not bothered about prison camp at the moment. What are we working on? Oh yeah, the Tariff Act. 6 days to go on that. We need some more money coming in, which is hopefully that's going to do that. We are also fighting a naval battle down here on the Mississippi. Our Mississippi squadron's taking on 2 of his, so let's see what happens with that. But that was a nice victory there at Petersburg. Which means we could cross the river here and take Richmond. It's going to send all his forces scuttling back if we do that. And we won't be able to hold it. However, that could definitely be an option. Well, let's wait and see where the Hampton Division goes first. It might only retreat to Richmond, in which case I think it'd be quite a tough ask to send Steedman across there again. But that was a nice battle. I actually enjoyed that. It was good. Let's have a quick look at him. Can I get him up somehow? I just want to have a look, see if there's any perks or anything like that. No. Well, okay, never mind. Yeah, Cooper's not a great commander, actually. Maybe that's why he performed strangely there. I don't know. I mean, none of these are amazing, but they're okay, some of them. Yeah, well, we'll be alright. Steedman's doing well anyway. And we've given Daniel Tyler a division as well, which is nice for him. Okay. So, where are these guys going? Why did they retreat to the north? That kind of thing really bugs me. I mean, where are they going? How can they be retreating into the Shenandoah Valley when that's all under our control? Why are they retreating north? Why did they not retreat south after this battle right here? I thought they were supposed to retreat to the nearest friendly IIP, but that doesn't seem to be happening here. Where are they going? That is ludicrous that have they retreated into here? I mean, that's just... I'm not sure. I think these guys... Are they still retreating? It's hard to say. Well, anyway, let's just leave them to it. What am I going to do with Buell? I'm going to move him to Carrollton. Just to pick up some supply. I mean, there's not much there, but there's some there anyway. At least some food. The Confederate Mississippi Squadron has disintegrated. Really? And the 2nd Mississippi Squadron. Both their squadrons are disintegrated here. Well, I mean, that is good news for us. Did we capture any ships or anything like that? No. Our ships are in pretty poor condition as well. Well, why don't we just... Maybe we need to return to port. Can't give orders, okay. Patterson's at destination. Ooh, what's going on here? Mobile Squadron. The Army of the Trans-Mississippi is coming this way. What the heck? our blockade and flotilla didn't fancy stopping them, maybe? Some large Confederate squadrons down here as well. Galveston Squadron 6. 56 guns. I mean, let's see how this develops as well. I mean, there's all sorts going on. Lion is still pushing on Fort Smith. We need supplies for Sherman. Not much anywhere, actually. Not even at Memphis. We are building a market at Memphis, which should help the movement of goods. Holly Springs. Again, there's not much there. Winston withdrawing. Who's Winston? The enemy army of Arkansas. Alright, so that's at Fort Smith. They were short of 0, remember, but they're going to get 15,000 men into there. Army of Texas. Tiny. That's here. The army of Arkansas withdrawing this way. Okay, that's fine. Let's get in here, and I want you to take this fort. Don't mess it up. Please. Alright, so Buell has moved back into supply and provisions. But no artillery ammunition down here. There's plenty up at Springfield, but it's not moving down. There's a market here, but it's not moving down. I mean, maybe it will eventually. You mean the nearest real depot is at Columbus? We are building a market here as well. So I'm hoping that that's going to help the flow of supplies. So you know what? I'm going to send him up to take Richmond. Screw it. See what happens. Give him Balloon Corps. A hot air balloon and someone crazy enough to take it up under enemy fire to report enemy movements. Order delays plus 25%. Not sure about that. Intelligence gathering plus 25%. Level up by executing movement orders. Well, we do plenty of those. So somehow, I mean, hopefully these guys are heading towards Lynchburg, which kind of would make sense. McDowell has a third perk. I'm going to give him Flying Column. Alright, so there's less than 1,000 men at Fort Smith. I want this taken. Come on, Lion. Get it sorted out. Lion is only got 59% artillery ammunition. Again, it's an issue. But there is this Fort Smith depot is full of artillery ammunition, which would be nice to capture. I'm sending this tiny little West Virginia reserve into this area. And I want to see if I can capture these lead mines. That should give them some problems. Not sure which units are being routed here exactly. Hampton Division is pulling out. What's happened here? There was a battle down here. Let's just have a quick look. The enemy fleet, Scotland, for the safety of the harbour. 2 ships have been sunk and 4 ships captured. The condition of my fleet is believed to be good. My fleet has suffered 5 sunk, including the USS Colorado and the USS Arkansas. The condition of my fleet is alarming. Jeez, man. So our blockading fleets have all moved out of position. Right. Only 7 ships left in this fleet. We haven't really got any more ships to add in, to be honest. I have to build a few, but I don't want to build too many. We'll build a few brigs. 4. They're quite cheap and they're not bad. So yeah, his navy power is definitely giving us some issues here. 134,000 tons, our 110. Tariff Act is done. We're going to go for the Revenue Act next. It's going to hurt our national morale, but we need some money coming in. We're going to go suppress population 2. Help us with our conquered regions. Okay. So Richmond falls. So that's a nightmare for them. That's going to hammer their morale. But we've taken the capital of the Confederacy. Yeah. They won't be happy about that. That's for damn sure. His army of Northern Virginia is steaming up here. Let's have a look what this does to the overall situation. It puts pretty much, almost all of Virginia in our control. Chunks of North Carolina as well. What's it done to his national morale? He's on 46. Still not too bad, actually. I thought it would be worse than that. Alright, so we're still struggling with supplies. I know it's something I always piss and moan about. Supplies, always supplies. If you're watching this regularly, you will know that I always complain about supplies. And I probably always will whenever I play this game. It's just one of those things I like to complain about. And if you haven't noticed already, I am a complainer. I do complain. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to move Sherman up here. I'm going to move Grant where Sherman was. Both these armies are roughly 25,000 for Sherman and about 30,000 for Grant's force. So we're going to swap them around. There's supply here. Supply right here at Paris Landing. We've even got artillery ammunition, forage for the horses and more horses, provisions. So there's plenty of stuff here. We're going to let him replenish and then we're going to push across either to take Nashville or to take these two forts or both. However, it does leave Grant alone facing, I don't know how many armies, 3 or 4 enemy armies around here. But let's see how it works out. And I feel like this might be a nice place to leave this episode, the fall of Richmond. Yeah. Onward to victory, Union soldiers. It's difficult to say that because I actually prefer the Confederacy, if I'm totally honest. Anyway, let's leave it for there. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. Any opinions? Why not drop them in the comments? I always engage in the comments. I enjoy the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Ta-ra for now.